Okay,
you want the kind of course of the conversation to go in a very particular path.
It's going in a particular path. James,
when you ask me a question and I give you an answer, you're like, oh no, answer it in this way if you don't mind.
James, I was just waiting to answer my questions, right? And unfortunately for you, this conversation is like a river, and it's going to the waterfall for you.
Is this really the best evidence that the Quran is from God, that it's such good poetry?
No. Remember the Thames? You know the Thames? It starts at a little field in it, and then it becomes right. So don't worry.
The heavy hitters, this is kind of a bit nonsense.
First, what I'm doing is here. I'm unraveling you, okay, James, because you don't know anything. This is what I believe you're claiming: that Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, somehow studied the Old and New Testament, the apocryphal books, and the oral tradition of the Jews, and then memorized it all, rehashed it, and recited it all back over 23 years. And he was illiterate. Right.
That Jesus
Let's understand one thing.
You have every.
Let's understand one thing. Just
know that the facts.
Understand one thing, and I think you won't go wrong if you understand this one point. My standard of what happened is God. I don't care what historians say. Halas. All right. So what you have to do is show that what I believe is from God isn't from God. And then you've got a choice. Then you've got a chance.
Just do that. It's not hard.
Bismillah. We have a contender.
So,
how you doing, my friend?
Hi. My name is James. What's your name?
How you doing, James? I'm Darren.
Hi, Darren. I feel if you did indeed have word from the creator of the universe who knew everything, then that would be good. If that was genuinely from the creator of the universe who knew everything, then that would be a better source of historical evidence than a scripture or other historical evidence. Okay. So, what good evidence do you have that the Quran is from God?
Do you believe in a creator, first of all?
I'm agnostic. I don't know whether there's a creator.
Right, so I believe in a creator. Okay. So me believing in someone's a messenger of that creator is a bit less, for him, it's understandable. For you, I don't know if you get that or not.
He's agnostic.
No. If I say to you, a messenger of the creator, you haven't got a problem with that, have you? No. Do you have a problem with the messenger of the creator?
I'm doubtful whether the messenger would have sent a creator. Whether the creator would have sent a
all right, so if there's because we have to go, you've got no right to talk about religion right now at the moment, I'm sorry.
No, he has every right to talk about religion.
No, you haven't, because you don't believe in a creator, or you've got...
I think there might be a creator.
There might be a creator.
I'm just not certain about it.
Okay. All right, I'll explain what I believe, and then you can show me the illogic in what I believe, yeah?
Okay.
Is that fair enough?
Yeah, that sounds.
You can show me how maybe what I'm believing is illogical, and you can find the little... Hold. There's a new contender, man. This is Royal Rumble, yeah? All right. Yeah, sure. Okay. Big boy's playing now. No, one joke.
Remember what the topic is that we left off on. He wants to argue on that, right?
That's fine. Alhamdulillah. I'm going nowhere, mate. All right, anyway. So, why do I believe the Quran is from my creator?
Yeah.
That's the first thing you need to understand. Why do I do that? Why do you think I believe that?
The best evidence I've found for that Muslims have for believing that the Quran is from the creator is that there are one or two kind of prophecies saying, the Romans will be victorious in 3 to 9 years. A couple of small prophecies like that.
Okay.
That's the best evidence I've found.
Okay. That's not the reason why I believe it's from a creator.
Okay, cool. Well, what's your reason?
Right. I believe the Quran is from a creator because the one who brought the Quran claimed it was from the creator.
Okay, and why? Okay, so why do you think that he was a messenger from God?
Right, because of his claim, isn't it? So, do you accept that if a man claims to be a messenger of the creator, then there's 4 variables that could be the option? So he could be lying about this claim, making it up, pretending to be a messenger of God. He can be deceived, where a devil imitates an angel and convinces him he's speaking to an angel, where in fact he's speaking to the devil, and everything he brings, which he thought was from God, is from the devil. You have delusional and crazy, mad, that he's got no faculty, that he's having visions of angels, and he thinks that he's or he's telling the truth.
Okay. I think there's also...
Give me another one.
Those aren't kind of clear-cut categories.
Give me another category.
Because someone could be... some people can, like cult leaders, for example, they start off like with a kind of a deception, like a cult leader, but then they kind of amp themselves up and they kind of hear people saying, "Oh, our leader, what should we do?" That they start kind of believing their own hype. So I think, like, you know, you can.
So what?
There's also like some. There's in the first three.
Is that not a lie?
In the first three categories.
No, here's what you.
It's a lie, but then you can also forget that you're lying.
James. This revelation was for 23 years.
Yeah, 23 years. Yeah.
So he either knew, and the revelation kept coming over 23 years. So he's either making it up every time he's having a revelation, or he's not.
I think he's mostly making it up.
Oh, okay. Now you tell me what you know about Muhammad to make that claim.
Okay, so for example, like, do you accept Sahih Hadiths as kind of authentic and trustworthy reports about what Muhammad did and said?
Tell me his character pre-Islam.
Well, can you? I'm about to tell you reasons for why I think Muhammad isn't a messenger of God.
Okay, what I'm not going to do right now.
Some of those most
what I'm not going to do right now. What I'm not going to do right now. I'm not really going to keep asking why you know what your source is. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do every single hadith.
Why not?
Because I just want to understand what your broad view is. That's all.
Okay, so what's my broad view of Muhammad?
Of Muhammad, yeah.
A liar? I'm not entirely sure.
A liar?
Pre-Islam.
A liar?
Yeah.
A liar. Give me one evidence in his whole history where he lied.
Well, for example, Surah At-Tarim, like book 66 of the Quran, seems to be like extremely convenient. Like, he seems to a kind of unbiased party. It seems as though he's claiming to have a like. Is everyone familiar with Surah At-Tarim, book 66? Okay, so this is a kind of verse of the Quran. I'll read this out now. So this is like one source of kind of that makes Muhammad seem suspicious, I'd say.
No, I didn't ask that question, did I? When he was known to lie, where he's been found out as being a liar. Give me an example.
Like, this is something where I think there's good reason to believe that he was lying.
No, I didn't ask that, did I? I said, give me evidence of it.
But how can you prove, like, for certain any, like...
Well, he had many enemies. He had many enemies. So show me his enemies saying he lied. Show me anything.
Like, didn't some of the kind of minstrels and poets that like, for example, he had this uncle who he hated who says he's making it up. That's claiming that he's lying, isn't it? But I don't think that's... All
right. So, no, they said, we know he's illiterate. We know he's illiterate. So where's he getting these words from? And they sent their poet...
You can still speak,
James,
even if you don't know the written language.
James, listen. You want to learn something today?
Yeah.
Okay. The enemies of Islam, when they heard this Qur'an, they were shocked. Where's he getting these words from? We know he's illiterate. We've known him all his life.
Being illiterate doesn't mean you can't speak verbal poetry.
Okay. What the poetry he's coming out with is blowing away every poetry of the time in Arabia. All right.
That's a kind of subjective standard.
Oh, no. According to who? The 5 greatest poets that ever lived were living in this time around Mecca. And they were sent to him. What was their response to this Qur'an? What did they say it is?
But maybe they said it was poetry. But
no. Listen, I'm not interested in you guessing answers. You either know or you don't.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, you don't know. So you're making these claims and you don't know the facts.
Well, no, I know other facts that's clearly suggest.
Okay, well, let's go here.
The Quran isn't from God, because there are several other reasons that the Quran isn't from God.
Okay,
you want the kind of course of the conversation to go in a very particular path.
It's going in a particular path. James,
when you ask me a question and I give you an answer, you're like, oh no, answer it in this way if you don't mind.
James, I just want you to answer my questions, right? And unfortunately for you, this conversation is like a river, and it's going to the waterfall for you. Yeah, don't worry about that. Okay. Yeah, okay. You might think it's haphazard. It's all organised, so don't worry about it. All right, just go with the flow, because you've got no choice. All right.
Okay, whatever.
All right. Their response was, "It's magic."
That's nonsense, though.
No.
That's total nonsense.
So imagine that.
That's nonsense.
Why?
Because any human can recite poetry. There's nothing physically impossible that would require supernatural influence to recite poetry.
So why did they say that?
Probably because they were impressed that he was a good poet. Maybe because there were a bunch of kind of.
This is all your conjecture, yeah?
Yes, this is conjecture.
All right. See, what I say, the answer to that question is he's doing something that they know is beyond the realms of what they can do.
It's impossible to do poetry that good.
Okay. Are you an Arab? Are you an Arab poet?
No.
Right. So all I can do is relay what 5 top Arab poets said when they went to listen to the Qur'an, can't I?
Is this really the best evidence that the Quran is from God, that it's such good poetry?
No. Remember the Thames? You know the Thames? It starts at a little field, innit, and then it becomes,
Okay,
yeah?
well, let's
right?
go,
So
let's
don't
go
worry.
to the heavy hitters,
No.
This is kind of a bit nonsense.
I'm first what I'm doing is here, I'm unraveling you, okay, James, because you don't know anything. It's all conjecture.
But if I know several clear errors, then why would I look into the rest of it?
Okay.
I've already, from what I know, I've already found evidence that it's not from
James,
God.
James,
so
James.
I don't need to look into, how good is this poetry?
James, what are we doing right now?
I thought you were going to ask me for, like, why I think that the Quran isn't from God.
Right, and what did I tell you? This is a river going to the waterfall for you.
But
okay.
why should the conversation have to be directed on your
Because we have to start at the beginning.
But
because you know why it has to start on my terms? You know why it has to be on my terms?
Why?
Because it's my belief.
Okay.
So surely...
all right, but like...
Are you telling me how I should explain my belief to you? Should I... Do you have a routine I should go through?
Okay, fair enough. But so you can talk about, like, sort of minor subjective things like how good he was.
No. That wasn't the point, was it?
But like,
what did I ask you?
When you're done with these kind of things that don't really matter, we should go to some of the clearer.
What was the question I asked you? You claimed he lied. I said, bring me evidence of him lying. Yeah. You brought these. Then you brought these. No. You brought the Quraysh saying he's making it up, and then.
Well, I also brought Surat Tara.
No.
Yeah. I also brought other people who said that he was making it up.
You said that the Quraysh were saying he's making it up, so he's lying. Yeah. So to confirm that, they sent poets, and the conclusion was he's not lying. We don't know where he's getting this from, but wherever it is, it's not man-made.
But just because poets think it's impossible for someone to be
all I can do,
that's such a subjective.
Well, all I can do.
Let's move on to the more important things.
All I can do is tell you why what the poets reported of the time. Okay, that's all I can do.
Would you agree that that's not very strong evidence for him?
No.
Sent from God, he's a good poet.
This was in refutation that you said he was accused of lying, and that lie. So now, do you have any more evidence that he lied?
No. Did every single person during Muhammad's life take back that he was a liar?
Show me any evidence he was called a liar.
There are plenty of people. So, do you agree that there are plenty of people who called him a liar during his life?
No. Show me where he was a liar before Islam. Because this is what you're saying, right? This man Muhammad, peace and blessings upon him, for 40 years lived in Mecca, and then all of a sudden he starts making claims, doing this, doing that. You're saying he's lying.
Yeah.
Right. So was he known for 40 years to ever do this lie?
Maybe not.
No, was he or not?
Well, like we wouldn't necessarily have an exhaustive account of his whole life to tell. He was found out to be a liar.
All right.
So there isn't complete evidence on it.
So you don't have any evidence that he lied?
No one has complete evidence.
Do you have any evidence that he lied prior or not?
Prior? No, not necessarily.
Nothing. So his character.
But someone could start lying.
Okay.
Or someone could make lies and then not be found out for it, and then later make lies.
That's fine. We don't mind that. But what we're saying right now, for 40 years prior to Islam, he didn't lie. He wasn't known to lie.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And what did he say? First of all, he was known as Al-Amin, the trusted one.
Okay.
Right.
At what point did he acquire that nickname?
Prior to Islam.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'll
check that. That seems a little bit suspect, but I'll check that, whether he was widely known as the most trusted.
Listen, James. If you don't understand or know things, I don't mind you going away and checking it out. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
But don't laugh as if it's not true.
It just sounds a little bit suspect.
No, just because it doesn't suit your agenda, that's why.
No, it just sounds like the kind of thing that someone would make up after they had political power to try and bolster their...
It's just conjecture. This is just your subjective opinion, man.
Yeah, but that's what historians have to do. They have to think about what's the most likely...
Right. So
what explains the evidence.
So what do we have? Muhammad, peace was speaking to the people, and he said, if I were to tell you there's an army on the other side of the mountain, what would you do? And they said, we prepare our defences because we know you tell the truth.
Okay.
And then he said, well, if you believe me in that, why don't you believe me now?
Well, because you're making a more kind of extraordinary claim when you make claims like, for example, drinking camel urine and milk will help your health.
No, we're talking about a man who has been known for 40 years as a truthful one to suddenly start lying, and the people...
Why is that impossible?
No. He asked the people, if I were to tell you now there's an army, they would believe him, isn't it? And they give their reasons why.
Maybe if they... But here's another thing to think about. Maybe if they said, no, we wouldn't believe you, he'd take that as insulting, so they wouldn't want to insult him.
He wasn't. He didn't have leadership then.
Okay, but maybe just insulting anyone.
Maybe. This is all conjecture, man. This is.
Well, no,
this is nothing, man.
No, it's talking about like what human behaviour is like.
This is a man.
Most
Okay.
people wouldn't call someone to their face, "No, you're a liar. We wouldn't believe you."
Why not? Why not?
Because it's rude and stuff.
Okay, and they were rude to him. They've been persecuted, his people.
No, other time. But
No.
Are they the exact same people at all times?
This is at the time in Mecca when he's just come down and tell them stop worshipping idols. Yeah. And the whole place is what's going on.
And people rejected him at that time initially. People rejected him at that time initially.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what your idea is. People don't want to insult him.
Huh?
You said people didn't want to insult him. This tells me again. No, sorry, James. Sorry.
I can explain my reasoning for this.
Do you know the history of Muhammad?
To some degree, a little bit.
No, the answer is no.
Well, no. Do you know the complete history of Muhammad? Your answer would be no as well.
No.
So
if you want to make a claim,
you know more about Muhammad than me.
No, James. You came in here with your logic. All right.
Yeah.
Logic dictates. You make a claim, support your claim.
Yeah.
All right. You can't support any claim you've made so far.
No, I have supported all of them.
How did you support?
So, for example, you said who called Muhammad a liar during his life?
No, I said
there's several people. Like one of his uncles called.
I said prior to
liar.
Islam. Prior to Islam.
Okay, I don't know of anyone who called him a liar prior to Islam. I already said that.
Why did you just say that then?
I said that earlier.
Why though?
No, I agreed with you.
Alhamdulillah. So you take that claim back then?
What?
That he was a liar prior to Islam?
I never made that claim. I said he might have been. There's no reason. There isn't strong reason to suggest he never lied before Islam, because it's quite easy to get away with some.
So right now you got nothing. Let's move on. All right.
Yeah. I agree. We should move on because, like, whether or not he's a good poet or whether or not he was known for lying the first 20 years of his life, kind of those sorts of arguments aren't very important or persuasive.
Why would he lie?
Why would he lie? For several incentives, like to have power, to feel important, for just to feel like a leader. That
all right. So you believe he lied. So the reasons you believe he would lie is for money and power.
Those sorts of reasons.
Who was he married to at this point?
A rich widow.
Did he need money?
He might have wanted more money.
No, did he need money? No, don't worry.
He wasn't starving, but you ask a kind of someone who makes 6K or 6-figure salary. Do you need money?
She's the richest woman in Mecca.
Is she the absolute richest woman in Mecca?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I wonder if that was kind of elaborated on or kind of embellished after Muhammad's life as well.
More conjecture.
The absolute richest
more conjecture
person in Mecca.
So you're not really doing much about my belief right now because you got nothing.
Well, no.
But anyway, let me continue.
That's because you don't want to go to the actual flawed verses in the Quran.
We'll go there. Don't worry. We'll go there. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I feel like part of your overall strategy is just to talk about things that don't matter that much, like how good a poet he was, until one of us gets so bored that kind of the conversation.
No, James.
Because let's just go to the most important flaws and errors.
No, James.
Yeah, I know you don't want to go to the important.
No, we will do.
Errors.
We will do.
Okay,
we'll go to your. Listen to me.
Inshallah, we'll get there quickly.
No, we'll get there because here's the thing. You see, James, you're not genuine and you're not sincere.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why didn't I say you're not genuine? You're not sincere.
You have.
Because you aren't listening. You don't want to listen at the moment to the flaws in the.
You haven't said anything. You've not said anything.
Because you haven't let me.
So here's the thing. So here's the thing, James. Here's the thing, James. You see,
okay.
Right now, I don't believe you're sincere or genuine. Honestly, all right. The way you're quoting Quran verses with numbers and stuff, it tells me you've been googling. Anyway. So right now.
So when I bring direct evidence,
James,
it shows you that I'm in.
So James, what I'm doing right now is telling you why I believe what I believe. Okay. Right now. I don't believe Muhammad lied. You're saying he lied, so I'm going to look at this to see if it's a possibility. All right.
Okay.
Now, we've established there's no evidence that he's ever lied.
Prior to Islam.
Or after Islam.
No, I think there's good evidence. There's definitely evidence. There's evidence that casts suspicion.
Okay. Okay. There's a difference between having suspicion of someone lying and proving they've lied.
Yeah, okay, there's evidence that.
Can you show me any time he lied?
Okay, I'll show you evidence that he lied for his convenience. Okay. So in.
Well, no, because now you've gone to a false assumption. I'm not allowing you there yet. Why are you laughing?
Because you asked, is there any evidence that he lied?
Well, I don't believe they're Muhammad's words.
What?
It's in there. No, I don't.
It's Sahih International. It's translated.
Oh, that's the Qur'an.
Yes, Quran.
But I don't believe the Qur'an's Muhammad's words.
Okay, but like I can show you, but I'll explain it to you.
No.
And give you evidence that this is probably made up by Muhammad.
I'll say it again to you.
I'll show you good evidence that this is made up by Muhammad.
James.
Like, if
I'm telling you
why. If you were sincere and you want to learn, then you want to
if you were
good evidence
sincere
that this is
and wanted to
Muhammad.
learn, you'd shut up and listen.
Okay, I'll let you listen, but will you let me show you some good evidence that this is not from Muhammad after a while?
No.
So you'll never listen to any evidence?
No. I'll get there. We'll get to the Qur'an, mate. But
Okay,
I'm not going to allow you to start making false assumptions. Sorry, I'm not going to make points on false assumptions. I don't believe those are Muhammad's words. Peace be upon him. All right?
Okay, but what
So
if,
for you,
within these words,
yes,
there is good evidence that they are Muhammad's words?
No, you can come to that. I don't mind.
Okay, because this is what really matters to me.
No,
and so, like, this kind of window dressing that you're going through
There is
right
no
now,
window dressing.
Like, does he have an incentive to lie? That doesn't matter to me so much.
No.
So
your accusation.
I'll
there is
give
no
it to
window
you.
dressing here, mate. You're character assassinating somebody, right? So you're saying
it's based on evidence.
No.
That you're not willing to look at.
No, but you're saying that's Muhammad's words, and I'm saying it's not.
Yeah, but I'll show you that it is Muhammad's words.
All right, show me the Muhammad's words.
Okay, cool.
Go on,
So I'm going to show you that this can't be from the superintelligent creator of the universe because it contains a very simple mathematical error.
No, I'm not going to go there.
No, you don't want to hear the evidence that this is not.
No, you were going to show me the Muhammad's words.
Yeah, and but either it's from God or it's from Muhammad.
Right.
That's reasonable, right? And if I'm going to show, and I'll show you that it's definitely not from God because God makes a mathematical mistake.
All right, but that would mean, and this is what you're not getting, James. And I'll be honest with you, I said I don't think you're sincere. If that is not from Muhammad, if that is from Muhammad and not God, that means Muhammad's a liar and he made it all up, right? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to understand the feasibility of that claim. Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to understand how you can accuse this man of lying. Okay. So there's two things. No. So James.
Your methodology is flawed, and I can explain why. So the reason why your methodology doesn't make sense is because if I did show you a kind of clear-cut evidence that this isn't from God, even if it wouldn't make any sense for Muhammad lying, we would have to conclude that Muhammad lies because this wasn't from God.
Right. And if I could show you,
so even if you
should we let him do the evidence?
No. I am listening.
It's going to be a stupid one, isn't it?
Even if you manage to show that there is no good reason, or there's no incentive,
we'll come to that.
We will conclude that Muhammad was lying.
No. For Muhammad to lie, you first have to give me the motive for the lie and back it up.
Why does there need to be a motive?
Because why is he lying? Why after 40 years is he lying?
Okay, most people have a motive for lying, but not everyone, right? Exactly.
So, James. So you're saying to me, most people have a reason to say something they know is not true without reason. Really?
No, you've totally kind of got it wrong.
What's a lie?
I'm saying most people have an incentive for lying.
What's a lie?
We can agree on
What's
that.
a lie?
Some people do not have an incentive
What is
for
a
lying,
lie?
but lie anyway.
What is a lie?
Intentionally saying something you know is not true.
Right. So if you were going to do that, and you use the key word intentionally,
yes.
Why would you intentionally do that?
What is intention?
Oh, I see. Okay, no, but like, let me kind of break it down because I've used the wrong word here. Okay, so
I know you have.
So if you can intentionally lie without there being any apparent gain that would align with a normal person's.
So why would you lie?
Align with a normal person's utility.
So why would you lie? Why would you lie?
It might just kind of take you on the space.
Why would you want? Look. If you're going to lie, you have a reason to lie. Mm-hmm. You might lie to protect your honour. You might lie because you want some personal gain. You might lie because you want to get something.
All right. Has anyone ever lied for no kind of understandable reason?
I don't know. Do you know if anyone has?
Yeah, lots of people. Give me
an example.
There's some people who kind of just enjoy lying. They enjoy like tricking people.
So they have a motive. So they enjoy.
It's not a motive that other people would understand, but like so it's not a normal motive. It's not like a clear incentive.
So
you could say
why do they lie?
It's still a motive.
So why do they lie? So it's a motive.
Yeah, it is a motive.
Right.
But it doesn't have an incentive behind it.
It does have a motive.
Yeah, it has a motive.
Okay, alhamdulillah. So should we agree a lie requires a motive?
Yeah.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
Yeah, but like the reason why we went down this is because like a normal incentive is generally understood to be either material possessions.
I didn't say incentive. I said motive.
Well, I said incentive.
I know you did. So take it back. Let's go back again.
You didn't say motive to begin with.
Yes, I did.
said incentive.
What was his motive?
Well, we'll check on that later. Maybe I forgot.
All right, I'm saying it now. What was his motive?
Okay, fine. He had a motive.
What was his motive?
We don't know for sure. So we can only speculate.
So let's understand your claim so far. This man, for 40 years, has been known not to lie. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then all of a sudden, for no reason, He starts lying.
Possibly.
And enjoys it.
And enjoys it.
No, maybe there.
And is persecuted for it.
Yeah, but maybe there are kind of other reasons though. But for me, this is of tertiary importance because, like I said,
I'll tell you why it's not tertiary importance.
Like I've said already,
I'll tell you why it's not.
If I can show that this Quran isn't from
I'll tell you why it's not tertiary.
and therefore it must be from Muhammad, therefore he must be for a liar, for whatever reason he decided to lie.
I'll tell you why it's not tertiary.
We do not need to know the reason why Muhammad decided to lie
No, it is.
in order to ascertain whether this book is from God or not.
If you're telling me that I don't believe Muhammad lied, and you're saying to you're wrong, Muhammad lied, I want to know why.
But sometimes we don't know the reason why.
Right, so why should I believe he lied?
Because I've got evidence from the Quran.
So you're going to go there?
All right, let's just go there, inshallah.
How did he lie?
How did he lie?
Yeah.
By claiming that he was revealing God's word.
So how did he reveal the Quran over 23 years? How?
He gave sermons.
How? Where did he get information from?
Several sources.
Tell me.
Well, like, for example, I know, possibly his friends, possibly just talking. I mean, he was 40 years old, or no, maybe 50 years old when he started preaching the Quran. He's had a long time to gather information.
All right.
Okay?
How many times did he leave Mecca? How many times did he leave Mecca?
I don't know. But,
Twice.
Okay. Fine.
How many times? No, how many times did he meet?
Let's go to an
actual...
James. You can make the point, but then if I let you make this point, we'll go to an actual.
I'm showing you now. I'm trying to show you now. First of all, we got no reason for him to lie, and now I'm going to show you it wasn't possible for him to lie.
It's impossible for Muhammad to lie.
Yeah, I'm going to show you.
Well, let's just. Can we just like?
No.
Does Muhammad have vocal cords?
No. Okay.
Does he have a brain?
Do you know what your claim is?
Can he say something?
Shall I tell you what your claim is?
That he is clearly capable.
Oh, shall I tell you what your claim is? Shall I tell you what your claim is? Shall I tell you what you're claiming?
Yeah, please.
You're claiming Muhammad somehow memorized all of the Christian scriptures. Listen.
But he didn't actually memorize them that well. There are several variations between Christian scriptures. He made errors trying to memorize the Christian scripture. And then you later on say, oh no, the Christian scripture was actually wrong, Muhammad was right. It's just funny.
James.
Okay, yeah, sure.
I think you're a little bit mental.
Okay,
honestly.
You can think that.
Right. So be a bit smarter and just listen. Why am I strange?
Well, for one thing, you're not letting me go to this clear error.
No, I know where you want to go. We'll go to your clear error, don't worry.
Okay,
and we'll mop it up.
That's kind of 5 times, but we've never actually.
No. Understand something, James. James.
First, let's talk about what his incentives were for lying.
What we're going to understand. No, you character assassinated Muhammad.
Yeah,
right?
I have evidence.
Right. No. So first, we're establishing he couldn't. We don't know why he lied, according to you. Right? Because you're trying to convince. No. Do you not understand something, James? Do you not understand something? You're convincing me he lied. That's your whole point.
And I have good evidence.
Well, James,
which you don't want to listen to.
James, we're going to bat your evidence out the park, mate. Don't worry about that. I won't want to rush to it. I won't want to rush to it.
If you're so confident, then let's do it.
Where do you get your understanding of the Quran from?
From tafsir.
How do you understand the Quran?
By reading the Quran, then reading tafsir.
Right. And
so I'm gonna.
Shall I tell you how I understand the Quran before you go?
I don't think so. I think you just want to keep on delaying it because you don't want to get into a topic that you'll find difficult.
No. You know what? For that, I'm not going to go there. Right. So anyway, let me tell you what your claim is.
Thank you for proving my point.
Yeah. But here's the problem. You see, every time I try to explain why your point doesn't make any sense, you keep interrupting. Yeah.
Okay.
Can you not interrupt and let me speak?
Okay, but like.
Can you not interrupt and let me speak?
You told me several times that we'll go to the errors in the Quran.
Can you not interrupt and let me speak?
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
Afterwards, will you let me speak?
Yes.
Okay.
But don't interrupt me.
Okay.
All right.
You're right. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay. So this is your claim, and I'll allow you to correct my claim. I don't mind you interrupting that.
Okay.
This is what I believe you're claiming: that Muhammad, peace and blessing upon him, somehow studied the Old and New Testament, the apocryphal books, and the oral tradition of the Jews, and then memorized it all, rehashed it, and recited it all back over 23 years. And he was illiterate. Bismillah.
Yeah,
that's your claim. You think that's possible?
Yeah, that's possible because he could have had someone reading it out to him. He would have heard it.
When did the Arabic Old Testament arrive in the Arabian Peninsula?
I'm not sure.
900 CE.
Okay.
300 years after the death of Muhammad.
Okay.
When did the New Testament in the Arabic language arrive in the Arabian Peninsula?
I don't know.
17th. Listen. Okay. 17th century.
Okay.
So there was no Arabic Bibles in the area. So Your claim is this: either he did that, what you've just said, or your claim is he had a secret teacher that he would visit who had all this knowledge and would teach him. Now, if that's your claim, produce any evidence that he was seen visiting a secret teacher.
No, in fact, you need to be the one to show that that's impossible.
No.
Yeah,
No.
Really. As long as it's within
No.
the realm of possibility.
You're making a claim,
that's
mate.
fine.
You're making a claim, mate.
No, I'm claiming that it's possible.
No.
I don't need to, and claiming that, and saying that something is possible, like, is quite a modest claim in comparison to saying this definitely happened.
If a man is reciting something over 23 years, there should be evidence of him visiting the secret teacher.
But why would that?
Well, we'd expect that, wouldn't you?
Why would there necessarily be?
Why would you make the claim?
How could he say it? He didn't have a teacher.
Huh?
Your claim is either he memorized everything or he's being taught it.
Yeah.
So to make that claim, you need to support it with evidence that he had a secret teacher.
But why would there necessarily be existing evidence that he had a secret teacher? Because
his enemies.
Not every single element of Muhammad's life is documented perfectly.
No, but we
There are
have
many things that haven't been preserved about Muhammad's life, and so it could be that these things happened, but no one was there to write it down.
Did he have enemies?
Yes.
Which of his enemies made this claim?
What?
He had enemies, yes?
Yes.
Which enemy made this claim?
Why would they necessarily make this exact claim?
Because the people are following him think he's a messenger of God.
Yeah.
They want to show him he's not the messenger of God. So who made this claim you're making?
But why would they necessarily make that exact claim?
Because if they made that...
Maybe they didn't make this exact claim. The other people still called him a liar in different ways. Okay? So, this is still kind of skirting around the issue.
No.
I can show you that
there's no skirting around the issue.
From God.
There's no skirting around the issue. You've given me no reason to show why Muhammad would lie, first of all, and you've not shown me any... Listen,
even if there's no reason for him lying,
James,
if I can prove that this isn't from God,
James,
therefore we would have to conclude that Muhammad is lying for whatever reason. Do you agree with that?
James, listen.
Do you agree
James,
with that?
James, I'll say it again to you. You claim Muhammad lied. You haven't demonstrated a reason for him to lie, and nor have you demonstrated the capacity for how he could do it.
No, I have. It's within the realm of possibility.
You're not presenting any evidence.
It's within the realm of possibility.
Everything is.
Yeah, and when we're talking about things that happened 1,400 years ago,
right,
that's especially true because there aren't complete records of things that happened.
So you're saying it's okay. So you're saying it's okay to make claims without proof and evidences?
No, it's okay to speculate that something is possible.
But it's nothing more than your subjective opinion.
It's sensible.
No, it's subjective opinion.
Okay, you can call it that, but it's sensible.
It's subjective opinion. Are you saying subjective opinion is sensible?
What?
Are you saying subjective opinion is sensible?
Certain subjective opinions may or may not be sensible.
So accusing someone of lying, having no reason to accuse him of lying, is sensible?
No, but I do have reason to accuse him of lying. I haven't kind
Should we let him go with this?
We haven't pinned down what the incentive is. But I've shown there is a clear error that shows that this isn't from God, and they don't want to hear it. Okay. For the benefit of the audience, not necessarily.
No, let's hear it.
Okay, cool.
You're itching to tell us.
Thank you. Okay, so it's Surah 4, Surah An-Nisa versus what are the ones that are about?
What's the mistake you're making?
Yeah, it's an inheritance.
So this is a discussion that's been had with Adnan Rashid and Mohammed Hijab multiple times with the same gentleman.
Oh, I see. This is this one-trick pony thing.
No, there are other ones. Let's go to an even better.
Have you spoken to Adnan?
Okay, let's talk about
James, have you spoken to Adnan Rashid about this matter?
Yes.
Have you spoken to Mohammed Hijab about this matter?
Yes.
Have they answered you?
Not well. No.